Check, check. Hey, what up? What up? What's good? What's good? All right, let's see. Hey. Okay. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey. All right, I'm doing some testing. Okay, so it sounds like the mic is working. So it looks like the mic is picking up. So hopefully it'll work. And if it doesn't, then oh well. We'll see. um oh. Check, check. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right. So, what's going on? This is your grown man D3, the concrete, bringing you fashion from the street. You know, I gotta work the bow tie. Yeah, did. And you are now in the Butler's Pantry. So, once again, this is sponsored by Your Sneaker Butler, a sneaker acquisition and concierge business. Brand new. Basically, I am hosting all of their visual media on YouTube as well as their podcast media. Same name. It's on SoundCloud right now. And right now we're basically getting the gist of the rhythm of how the posting is going to go, when postings will be made. So I'm thinking Wednesdays for now. I'm going to shoot for Wednesdays to shoot videos, and I'm going to shoot for Saturdays to do podcasts. So we'll see. I'm going to let you know right now, this Saturday I will be out of town, so I won't be able to post a podcast on Saturday. But definitely next week we'll get back on the podcast. Because I gotta figure that out too. I'm probably gonna switch medium or media, or I'll probably keep the SoundCloud, but figure out how I can extend the length of time that I can post. We'll see. We'll make something happen. All right. So anyway, so this is your grown man D through the concrete, and you're now watching the Butler's Pantry. So today I kind of wanted to talk about my favorite streetwear brands. So streetwear has always been very important to me as a person who's part of the quote unquote culture. Since my inception into it, I've always tended to follow the streetwear brands. I like sneakers. Don't get it twisted. I do like sneakers, and I feel that sneakers are definitely an important part and play an important role in the outfit. But I feel like the clothes, you know how people say the man makes the clothes, not clothes make the man. Well, if you're wearing certain stuff, I feel like it can really, help to elevate how you feel and how you think, because you're only as good as you feel. You're only as young as you feel, right? So, anyway, I kind of wanted to bring out 3 of my favorite streetwear brands. 3. So, the first streetwear brand that I'm a fan of is Undefeated. So, basically what happened, the story behind me liking Undefeated was I was starting in the streetwear game, writing about streetwear. This was probably around like 2012, 2013. Started writing for a local magazine called Act Bad. And the whole purpose and intent was I wanted to get my name out there, I found out about the brand. I found out about Undefeated back in 2007. I went to the I went to this store called Premium Goods here in Houston. And I was going on Flight Club. I mean, not Flight Club. I was going on, what's the name of the blog? Nice Kicks. I was going on Nice Kicks and just reading about different streetwear brands and different people. And so one of them that stood out to me was Undefeated, which is run by Eddie Cruz and James Bond. And so the story, Eddie Cruz's story really stood out to me, especially around the time when he went under the knife for brain surgery. And that's a big deal. You know, brain surgery is a huge deal because you're operating on an organ in somebody's head that controls their entire body. And so, you know, people didn't know what was going to happen. People didn't know how it was going to turn out. And it ended up being a successful surgery. But, you know, just watching the whole streetwear sneaker community come together and rally together in support of this man who, you know, little did I know at the time, had given so much, had devoted so much of his time, so much of his life to streetwear, you know, to being this person who is followed and revered. And so part of me sort of took on to that, sort of latched on to that, and I wanted to know everything about Eddie Cruz, including the brand that he was a part of, which was Undefeated. So, you know, I learned about Eddie Cruz. I learned about his affiliation with Supreme, with Stussy, the International Stussy Tribe. I learned about his travels from New York, where he was originally from, to LA, and then meeting James Bond and starting Undefeated. And for me, that was an inspiration because, you know, Undefeated is probably one of, to me, it's probably the quintessential streetwear sneaker store, in my opinion. But then again, you know, it's my opinion. So, I'm an Undefeated collector. So, if you see me out here, I probably have at least one piece of Undefeated clothing on, whether it's a t-shirt, a jacket, a cap, you know, something like that. I'm not really too crazy with it. I don't have Undefeated underwear. I don't have Undefeated socks. I wish I did, but I don't. They might change. I do have Undefeated accessories like this pin. I have a gold one and a silver one. This is the gold one. This is the famous 5 Strikes logo that they put on everything. Like you saw on the hat. It's on the shirts. It's on just everything. So Undefeated really is my all-time favorite streetwear brand, straight up and down, no ifs, ands, buts about it. If I could only wear one streetwear brand, it would be Undefeated, hands down. Second favorite brand is another brand started in America. Boom, Carhartt. So Carhartt. And this is my Carhartt Nike cap. So the first cap that I showed y'all is my Undefeated. It's one of my Undefeated caps. It's a New Era collaboration. It's got Undefeated on the back. It's in the USC colors, University of Southern Cal colors. And then on the inside, of course, Undefeated tag, New Era tag, 7 1/4 size tag. Real simple design. Nothing too off the chain. Really good color blocking. You can match it with, like I said, anything related to University of Southern Cal or Florida State or Boston College. Maybe it might be a stretch a little bit. But yeah. So anyway, this Carhartt hat is a Nike collaboration. As you can see on the back. Boom, you got the orange Nike swoosh, safety orange, camo green all over. Plus the interior tag for the tailwind. It's a tailwind dry fit hat with a large brim to kind of block out the sun, keep you shaded while you run. Oh, that's a rhyme, Paul, and I didn't know it. So I did that, and the reason why I like Carhartt so much is because as a child growing up, you know, we didn't have very much money, and so a lot of our school uniforms were bought at Fiesta. So for those that are not originally from from the South or from Texas specifically. Fiesta is a store that is it's basically it's a big chain grocery store, and it specializes in foods from the Hispanic diaspora. So you can buy Mexican food there, El Salvadorian food there. They have a whole section dedicated to like food from the Caribbean, and from like I would say like Mexico, Central America, places like that. So while I was growing up, we had to wear Dickies because Dickies were uniform. They were cheap. It was a cheap way for your parents to get uniform clothes made. And so my parents, or my mom rather, she would buy me Dickie pants because they were super tough, super durable. I mean, they were workwear, real affordable workwear. And I was like, well, when I got older, I was like, man, I ain't gonna wear Dickies no more. I'm gonna wear Dockers. I'm gonna wear a polo. I'm gonna wear a duck head. And I did. My dad would go, we would kick it, and he would buy me those brands. But I still always kept me a pair of Dickies in the back because you just never know. You know what I mean? So as time progressed and my clothing palette became more refined, I found out about Carhartt. And so Carhartt, they started in Detroit, and they made workmen's clothes. Very much like Levi, who made denim, Carhartt made work clothes. So they made work jackets, shirts, pants, things of that sort to kind of protect the clothing that you have on. So overalls is a big thing in Carhartt. People, if you're a Carhartt collector, overalls are really not just a rare piece, but just a desired piece. I should say, not a rare piece, but a very much desired piece. So I think I got hooked onto Carhartt. It had to have been after college. It was after college. It was really when I was working. And I had, my own money. I was able to go to thrift stores, and a lot of Carhartt would pop up in the thrift store. So whenever I saw it, I would buy it. I would either buy the pants, I'd buy the jackets. I really like their jackets, especially the ones that are lined with fleece. Those are really dope. So anyway, I just kept, I just held on to those, and I still have a few things in my closet right now as I look around. The Butler's Pantry. I see a couple pieces here and there. And I haven't really decided on what I want to do with them. I'm probably just going to end up keeping them because that's one thing about Carhartt as well. They last a long time. Carhartt pieces last a long time. They last forever. They're built to last. So that's why I always try to keep Carhartt in my collection. It's just good workwear you can wear. You don't have to worry about it getting dirty. It does what it does. It protects you from the elements, and it looks good too. Carhartt WIP is a different brand based out of Germany, but they're a different brand. So for the sake of this conversation, we're going to talk about Carhartt as made in Detroit, Michigan in the late 1800s. That's what we're going to talk about. Finally, my third and final favorite brand, but I say third and final, last but not least, most certainly, is the legendary Polo. So Polo, aka Polo Ralph Lauren, was a brand started by a man named Ralph Lipschitz, who changed his name to Ralph Lauren. That wasn't his original name. He changed his name. And I think he changed his name. He stated in a book that he wanted to be more accessible to the American pop culture. So Lipschitz is definitely his name, but he eventually went and had it changed to Lauren, which is a little bit easier to say. It's more marketable, just a lot of things, right? So Polo Ralph Lauren was started by Ralph and he wanted to sell ties. He wanted to sell men's ties, and he wanted to do the ties different, with different patterns, different widths, and all kinds of stuff. And so somebody from Bloomingdale's actually contacted him and reached out and said, "Hey, do you want to, have your collection in our store?" And he did. And so, it just sort of blew up from there. But I have this. This actually was one of my father's hats that was given to me before he passed, and I always cherish these polo hats. It's got a leather band on the back, which is really dope. It's got the word stitched in. Of course, on the inside, you also have the famous navy blue banner, polo by Ralph Lauren. And then, of course, the navy blue polo horse on the front. So, polo, the reason why that is my favorite brand is because I always associated it from like 3rd grade with making it. Like, when you've made it, you can wear a polo shirt. That was my thing. Like, when you made it in society, you had on a polo shirt. And I wanted, and this was literally true. When I was in 4th grade, I wrote a journal entry that said I wanted to be rocking polo, a different color polo vest for every day of the week. That's what I wanted to do. That was my form of balling. Everything else came secondary, As long as I could have a different color of polo every day, I knew I was successful. So yeah. So those are my 3 favorite streetwear brands: Polo, Ralph Lauren, Carhartt, and of course, Undefeated. Before I leave you guys, I just want to say thank you to the viewers of my previous videos that I've posted. Thank you all for allowing me to come within your homes or within your computers at work and chop it up with you about everything. But we're going to do our best to keep it to sneakers and streetwear, because that's what, that's what I'm saying the channel is about. Now, if one of y'all ask me to discuss something or talk about something on the channel or the podcast or whatever, then I'll see if it works within and it fits. Most likely it'll fit. If you really think about it, you can make any of this stuff fit. So yeah. So I have a challenge. I have a challenge for y'all. So it's going to be called the 100 viewer, 100 subscription challenge. So right now I have 3 subscribers. Thank y'all, by the way. Thank y'all for supporting the movement and following my channel. But I need 100. So I got 97 people to go. So what I would challenge and admonish you to do is basically invite somebody to watch the YouTube channels. Just watch the YouTube channel. Just pick a YouTube channel, watch it. That's really it. I would like to do a giveaway. I would like to, give somebody some, really cool discount codes and all of that. But we got to work up to that, And I appreciate those that are watching, those that are assisting me. I appreciate it. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. So anyway, this is your grown man, D3 the Concrete, bringing you fashion from the street. And you are live in the Butler's Pantry. And I want to leave you these words. Don't, or better yet, stop putting off for tomorrow what you can do today. And like my dad used to say, make it happen. Peace. Hold on 1 second. I'm still trying to work this out. You dig? Hold on. Oop. Okay, I think I found it.